Hi, it's Lisa Cuneo, and welcome to my scrapbook table. This is Scraplift Crafternoon for May 11th, and it is a special day because we are celebrating one of our own, Briana Spores, who is Mommy RN on Instagram, and her her YouTube channel is called My Life on Paper. She is celebrating 1,000 subscribers and hosting a hop. And so we're combining that with our Scraplift Crafternoon project for this week. And I will have information in the description box below. Sorry about that. I'm not sure what happened. A couple different times during this video, my phone just decided to abruptly stop recording. So it's going to be a little jumpy. I apologize in advance about that. So here's the faux stitching border that I have. And in the rub-ons, there are also these little things that look like cross stitches. So I am adding those randomly around the page. Mostly I just do one, in a couple places I add two. And there were some straight stitches as well, so I came in and added those a little bit at a time. Sorry, my head's getting in the way there. I measured the square that I have and cut this paper to fit inside it, and I'm just tearing a rounded edge on both of them so that I can layer those up, and then you'll see that I wrinkle the edges a bit, curl them up. This is heavy duty paper, so it didn't curl real well, but it's going to end up in a flat album anyway, so it doesn't really matter to me. I will tell you, if you're wanting to do a page like this, make sure, like, my photo is a little bit too big for the size square that I made. It would have turned out better if I had made the stitched square just a little bit larger. Like even 1/2 inch larger would have made a difference for me. So now I'm layering these, and I was pointing out that she had some circles inked beneath there, and I didn't have a circle template that was, or stencil that was the right size, so I just used a circle punch and made one out of scrap cardstock. I don't scrapbook with purple very often, and I don't know how I ended up with like 10 sheets of this purple. I think it was in a bin of paper that I bought. So I thought, that'll work perfect. So I end up using frayed burlap for the brown and a mixture of speckled egg, I always want to call it robin's egg, speckled egg and broken china for the blues in here. And that seemed to be a pretty good match for the paper. The speckled egg was just a little too pale, but the broken china would have been too bright. The two of them together worked out really well. There's also a scalloped edge along the far left of this page. I didn't have anything to create a scallop that big, so I just punched 3 circles and glued them together enough that I could create a scalloped border to put under the other 2 pieces of paper. I will be sure to have Briana's video for this particular layout linked in my description box below. Also, her channel will be there. There'll be tons of stuff in the description box below because this is for Scraplift Crafternoon. It's for her 1,000 subscriber hop. It is for May I Scraplift You. And it is for the whole kit and caboodle. So all of that will be in the description box below. So you can see now that I've matted my photo. I matted it on white and then a patterned tan paper. I was so determined to get that cut apart card on here, and it just didn't work. I fiddled with it over and over, a whole bunch of different things, and everywhere I put it, it just seemed too big. So I end up not using it. I was sad about that. I really wanted it to go on here. Now you can see that I have smudged some ink along the bottom there. I tried covering it up with a little bit of white ink, but it was still showing. So I just decide, as my daughter tells me, there are no mistakes, only embellishment opportunities. So I made this an embellishment opportunity, and I just embellished right over it. And while it doesn't look like the original, I still think it's fine. And now that I think about it, as I was editing this, I realized I could have put that cut apart card down there, I think, and made that work, but oh well, that's okay. So there is a lot going on in this layout. I actually watched Briana's layout 3 times, or her video on this 3 times, twice just to go through them and try to wrap my head around what I was going to do. The 3rd time, I had it on in front of me while I was making this, and I would just let it play for a little bit and then pause it, and then I would do that thing on my layout. Because this is not in my comfort zone at all. I love how it turned out, but this is not something I could have ever come up with on my own. It just is way beyond me. But it was fun. It's good to do things that are new, and I've found a couple things that I will try again. I have this stamp set. I don't even know if it's really a set. There's about, I don't know, 12, 15 stamps in here. I'm sure it's more than one combined. I picked it up at a scrapbooking yard sale, and I use it for mixed media-ish things. It's got lots of different textures and some florals. I think you'll be able to see it a little bit better in the still shots. It's hard for me to tell what the stamps are. There's no labels on them or anything. I think what I'm going to do is stamp them all and then store them above the stamped image so I can see what it is. Because some of them I can't see. My eyes are old. I keep flipping to the front and the back thinking I'll be able to figure out what some of them are. And I just can't. So I used the same inks. Well, I used frayed burlap and speckled egg. I didn't add the broken china because I knew it would just be too bright if I stamped with it alone. And I thought I was going to put 2 labels there near that big title that says amazing. I picked that up when I was at a scrapbook store just a week or 2 ago. It's in Butler, Pennsylvania. It's called Scrapbook Superstation. And my friend Chris lives nearby there, and she scooted over and said hello to me, and we had a little visit. She actually works there part-time, and so we had a nice visit. It was good to see her, and she showed me around the store and pointed out some good things, and so I bought these titles there. I think they were on the clearance rack, if I remember right, but there's 3 nice big titles that I really am happy to have. I struggle with titles, especially if I don't have, something within the collection that I'm using that works. Anyway, I was happy to use this, and I did find a tiny little label that says family, and I tucked it underneath the word amazing. So it says amazing family. And that's what this photo is. We were at a wedding on Saturday. My son was in the wedding. And all 5 of us were there, and it's very rare that all 5 of us are together. It doesn't happen very often because Brian and Kayla live so far away. And so I was so happy that we were all together. And I've been wanting a family picture to put on my desk at work. So today I had a 5x7 of this printed, and that's going to go on my desk at work. Also, on Briana's, she had some watercolor around the edge. So I just used the frayed burlap. I put it on my glass mat, sprayed it with a little bit of water. And there we go. And then I decided I want to do some splatter. But I didn't want the splatter on that nice title or on the photograph. So I covered those up with some scraps. And I splattered. I think I might have splattered too much. I don't know. It might be a little bit of overkill. I'm never sure when to stop with splatter. And then I didn't want that ink to go to waste, so I grabbed a piece of scrap paper. It has a linen texture on it. It almost looks like a wood grain when I added that ink to it, but I'll use that for something soon. I'll die cut something from it or the like. And I am just about done. Here come the still shots. There's also a screenshot of all the things happening for this hop. Congratulations, Briana. I'm so excited for you. 1,000 subscribers is such a big deal. Thanks for sharing your talent with all of us. Hope you have a great day. Bye.